fee for starting up Google AdWords. And what you're going to see here is a couple repeating phrases, and that's CPC, cost per click. The way Google AdWords works is when you create your ads, you're setting certain words or phrases. The more specific your words and phrases are, the less Google's little robots or gremlins or whoever's in the background doing all these number calculating, the less they're going to charge you for these costs per click. So if you're just saying something like insurance, the cost per click on just the word insurance in an ad is going to be quite high, because a lot of the big guys are willing to spend a lot more money on the word insurance. But if you're doing something like insurance specializing for vitamin stores, that's pretty darn specialized, and the cost per click is going to be less. Plus, your results for that are probably going to be a lot higher because you're targeting that niche market. So there's a $5 startup cost. So let's do it. What we actually did is we came in here and we created an account so you can see step by step how it's actually done. And then when you go back to your desks and do this for yourself, you'll have a good idea of what to choose and what to do here. So we're choosing Michigan, we're choosing English. You can see we're going to monitor our smartservices.com website. Down at the bottom, we're putting our couple of ads in here. This is the bit of text that our ads are going to say. And our three ads we're talking about, we're going to say we're going to get good insurance here, Smart Services Network Insurance, and your network running smooth. So you'll see in just a bit how those ads will look. So who will see our ad? This is when we add our specific words and phrases. And you put one per line, and you can have quite a few here. So we did some pretty common and general ones. Insurance and network insurance, network running smooth, Michigan insurance, local agent, and insurance geek. Google will help you figure out what you're doing also with some categories. You can drill down on those categories, and again, the further down you go, the more specific things are, the more relevant it's going to be. So our monthly budget, we're going to set a pretty basic budget of just $50 a month here, and then we are going to opt in for all the contact info so we can learn more about this. So it asks you how you're gonna do this if you want to create a new Google AdWords account, or if you have, say, a Gmail account for email or a Google account for when you go to Google so you can personalize your homepage. You can tie it to those as well. So we use the current account we have, and it says our account's set up. So you'll get an email to your address, and you have to click on that link to activate it. And here we go. It says, welcome to AdWords. Our ad is not running yet, so we need to do a little bit of review. And on the bottom, you can see of those three phrases that we entered, one of them was get good insurance here. So this is what our ad's gonna look like. You see, pretty basic. The Google AdWords are usually quite small ads, so they need to be pretty poignant. So now that we're signed in to Google AdWords, we're going to enter a little bit of our basic information here. Google is, quick to know how we're gonna get to pay them, because this is a paid service again. So you can set it up, as you can see, to lots of different credit cards, direct to bank accounts and debits, and so on. And then you can also prepay if you wish. Big user agreement, of course, you do need to read through it. I know these are usually pretty tedious, but lots of information in here. So we'll give you our account info. Okay, now our billing was accepted, so now our ads are active and live. So now what we're going to do is see what other kind of controls we have. So once you've got your payment information set up, you're going to be taken to your ad campaigns. And what your ad campaigns are is just that. It's an advertising campaign, but done Google's AdWords way. So on the top left, again, you can see our campaign information. Get good insurance here. You're going to say Smart Services Network Insurance, your network running smooth. So those are our three tags that we put in there. And then it automatically puts in your website address. Our campaign is active, and our budget's $50 a month. So down below, you can see all our different keywords. So if somebody was to go to Google and search for the phrase insurance geek, what we want to happen is on the right-hand side, not where the normal web page searches are, but the right-hand side are Google AdWords advertisement to pop up there. And it's going to have our little snip that says good insurance here. Get your geek insurance. Now Google's going to charge us every time someone clicks on that. And that's the way Google AdWords works. So what you'll do is you'll enter a bunch of your keywords. And again, the more relevant and specific you can make these keywords to what you're doing, the better. The more general and broad terms you use, like insurance or auto insurance, those cost per clicks are going to be pretty high because it's going to find those as common things. So you'll probably end up, finding your ad, 6, 7, 8 pages deep if you use one of those as well. What that'll also do is the higher cost per click, well, that's going to eat right into your budget. You've also got an option, and we blew the screen up a little bit here so you can see it, for turning on advertising on Google's content network. So there's some different partner sites that Google's partnered up with, ABC News, Fox, CNN, New York Times, to name a few, that you can have some of your advertisements show up there. Some of these sites you can do Google searching or searching built right in with Google. So you can actually end up advertising on some of these websites if you wish. So let's check out our results and see how that worked. You can see we did a search for Michigan insurance because, again, that was one of our search terms. And here's our search results. You see nothing on the right-hand side, so that means no Google AdWords popped up. So search for local agent, still nothing, still don't have anything. Well, we give it about 5 minutes because Google does take a little bit of time. Remember, it's got to crawl your website to kind of gather that information or the index for what kind of stuff your website says is about. So now you'll see when we search for the word insurance, at the top left you get the sponsored websites. They're the sponsored links. Those are people who pay Google pretty darn good money to show up at the top. You can see it's Esurance, Nationwide, Unitrin Direct. They probably paid some big money to get up there. Below that, you'll see the normal search results. Now notice that since we used a pretty broad term like insurance in our advertising, we showed up here on page 16 of the Google search results. Now, I don't know about all of you out there, but I usually don't even go to page 2 on Google. Most people don't. It's pretty proven. So again, that's why we want to get real specific with our terms. As you can see, insurance, you're just going to get buried way back. People probably aren't going to get you there. So we did another one for Michigan insurance, and you see we didn't even show up until page 4. Again, probably not going to get clicked on. But if we got a little more specific, like something of network insurance, well, network insurance is a little more specific, and that could be like your vitamin store insurance or whatever niche market you might be in, whatever demographics you're trying to target yourself at. So we did network insurance, and now you can see our ad popped up on the front page, and it's actually the second one down, which is exactly what we want to see, is we want to be in those first couple on the first page. So naturally, you're going to do some testing with this after you put your ads in place. Remember, you're not going to get charged unless this ad is clicked on. Google is pretty smart, thankfully, and has some things built in to make it so you can spread your advertising dollars out over the period. If you set $50 a month